If you think your planting season is over, I need you to stop right there. Every single July, thousands of gardeners walk past their empty garden beds, shake their heads, and say the same thing. Well, that's it for this year. They put their tools away. They give up. And they miss out on one of the easiest, most forgiving harvests of the whole season. Here's the truth nobody tells you. July isn't the end of your growing season. For a lot of vegetables, it's actually the perfect time to start. Today I'm going to show you 15 vegetables you can still plant right now, this month, and have them thriving in your garden before the first frost even shows up. No stress. No guesswork. Just a simple plan you can follow today. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which vegetables to plant in July, how to plant them so they actually survive the summer heat, and how to time everything so you're harvesting fresh food well into fall. I'm going to walk you through 15 vegetables, grouped into simple categories so it's easy to follow, and I'll give you quick, practical tips for each one. No complicated charts. No confusing gardening jargon. Just simple, doable steps that work whether you've been gardening for 30 years or you planted your first tomato last spring. If you've ever felt like you missed your window, this video is going to change how you think about your growing season for good. Here's something I hear all the time. I thought planting season ended in June. And honestly, it's an easy mistake to make. Most of the gardening advice out there focuses on spring. Nobody really talks about July. So when summer rolls around, a lot of people just assume the window has closed, and they let their gardens sit empty for the rest of the season. That's exactly why we started this channel. Stress-free garden living is built for people who want real results without the overwhelm. We're not here to make gardening complicated. We're here to make it simple, doable, and honestly, kind of relaxing. And July planting is one of the best-kept secrets for exactly that. Before we get into the list, I want to tell you about one vegetable on here that most people completely overlook in July. It's one of the easiest things you can grow. It barely needs any attention once it's in the ground. And by the time we get to the end of this video, I think it might become your new favorite thing to plant. Stick around, because it's coming up later in the fall harvest group. Let's clear something up first. The idea that planting stops after June comes from thinking about your garden in only one season. But smart gardeners think in waves. It's called succession planting, and it just means planting new crops throughout the season instead of only once in spring. July actually works in your favor here because the soil is warm. Warm soil helps seeds germinate faster. Some of the vegetables on this list will sprout in half the time they would have taken back in April. So instead of missing your window, you're stepping into a completely different one, and it's just as good. Here's why this timing matters so much. Warm soil speeds up germination, which means less waiting and less worrying about whether your seeds took. And because a lot of these vegetables mature quickly, you can plant them in July and still harvest well before your first frost. Now, your exact frost date depends on where you live. So take a second after this video to look up your USDA growing zone or your local first frost date. It only takes a minute, and it'll tell you exactly how much time you have. Once you know that number, this whole list becomes even easier to use. Now that you understand why July works, let's get into the vegetables themselves. I've grouped these 15 into 4 simple categories, so you can quickly figure out what fits your garden, your climate, and how much time you actually have left before fall. These are your quickest wins. Perfect if you want something growing fast with very little fuss. Lettuce is up first. It matures in about 30 to 60 days depending on the variety, and it likes to be planted close together, roughly 6 inches apart. The one thing to watch for in July is heat. Lettuce can bolt, which means it flowers and turns bitter if it gets too hot. A simple shade cloth over your bed in the hottest part of the day keeps it cool and happy. Picture rows of soft, tender lettuce leaves ready to pick in just a few weeks. Your action step is simple. Choose a heat-tolerant variety and give it some afternoon shade. Spinach comes next. It grows in about 40 days and does best with consistent moisture. Spinach actually prefers cooler soil, so plant it somewhere with a little shade during the hottest hours, or wait until late July when temperatures start easing slightly. Your action step is to water it consistently and keep the soil from drying out between waterings. Arugula is one of the fastest crops on this entire list. It's ready in as little as 30 days. Just scatter the seeds, keep the soil moist, and you'll have peppery, fresh greens before you know it. Your action step is to sow small batches every couple of weeks so you always have a fresh supply. Kale rounds out this group. It takes a bit longer, around 50 to 60 days, but it's incredibly forgiving. It actually gets sweeter after a light frost, which makes it perfect for a July planting. Give it about 12 to 18 inches of space. Your action step is to plant it now so it's mature right as the weather starts to cool. Root vegetables are wonderful for stress-free gardening because so much of the work happens underground, out of sight, with very little effort from you. Carrots need loose, well-draining soil and about 70 days to mature. The biggest tip here is not to let the soil crust over while the seeds are germinating. Keep it lightly moist with a gentle watering can. Your action step is to thin your seedlings once they sprout, giving each carrot about 2 inches of room to grow. Beets are next, maturing in around 50 to 60 days. They like consistent watering, which helps prevent the roots from turning woody. Your action step is to water evenly and mulch lightly to help the soil hold moisture through the July heat. Radishes are the speed champions of this whole list. Some varieties are ready in as little as 3 weeks. Plant them close together, about an inch apart, and thin as they grow. Your action step is simple. Plant a row now, and you'll be pulling radishes before the end of the month. Turnips finish out the root group, maturing in about 50 to 60 days. They like consistent moisture and a little room to spread, roughly 4 to 6 inches apart. Your action step is to keep the soil evenly moist so the roots grow smooth instead of cracked. This group actually enjoys the July sun, so if your garden gets a lot of direct light, these are perfect. Bush beans take about 50 to 60 days and genuinely thrive in warm soil. Give them 6 inches of space and water at the base rather than overhead to avoid fungal problems. Your action step is to plant them directly in the ground now while the soil is nice and warm. Cucumbers need around 50 to 70 days and love the heat. Give them at least a foot of space, or let them climb a trellis to save room. Consistent watering is key here, especially as the fruit starts to form. Your action step is to set up a simple trellis if you're short on space, and keep the soil moist. Summer squash rounds out this group, maturing in about 50 days. It needs plenty of room, around 2 to 3 feet between plants, because it spreads. Your action step is to check under the leaves every few days for squash, since they grow fast and can go from small to enormous overnight. Before we move to the last group, let's talk about the most common July planting mistakes, because avoiding these will save you a lot of frustration. The first mistake is planting seeds too deep in hot, dry soil. When the soil is warm, seeds actually need to be planted a little shallower than usual and kept consistently moist so they don't dry out before they sprout. The second mistake is underwatering. July heat pulls moisture out of the soil fast, so what worked in May won't be enough now. Check your soil daily, not just when you remember. And the third mistake is skipping your frost date entirely. Some gardeners plant a fall crop that simply doesn't have enough time to mature before the cold hits. Always check your first frost date before choosing your final vegetables, because it changes everything about your timing. This last group is all about setting yourself up for a beautiful fall harvest, and this is where that surprise vegetable I mentioned earlier comes in. Broccoli takes around 70 to 80 days and actually prefers the cooler weather of early fall, which makes July the perfect starting point. Give it 18 inches of space. Your action step is to plant it now so it has time to mature before those first cool nights arrive. Cauliflower is similar, needing about 70 to 80 days and consistent moisture to form nice, tight heads. Your action step is to keep watering steady and avoid letting the soil dry out, since inconsistent watering is the main reason heads turn out small. Cabbage takes about 70 to 90 days and loves the cooler temperatures that come later in the season. Give it around 12 to 18 inches of space. Your action step is to plant now, because cabbage genuinely gets sweeter as the weather cools. Brussels sprouts need the longest of the group, around 80 to 100 days, which is exactly why July is the ideal planting window. Give them 2 feet of space, since they grow tall. Your action step is simple. Get these in the ground now, because if you wait even a few more weeks, they won't have enough time to mature. And finally, here's that vegetable I promised you. Collard greens. This one is almost embarrassingly easy. It matures in about 60 days, tolerates heat better than most greens on this list, and actually improves in flavor after a light frost. It needs very little attention once it's established, just consistent watering and a bit of space, about 18 inches between plants. If you want a low-effort, high-reward vegetable to add to your July garden, this is the one. Your action step is to plant a small row today and basically let it take care of itself. Here's the one thing that ties all of this together, and it's the tip I want you to remember most. Your first frost date isn't just a random number. It's the single most important piece of information for your entire July garden. Once you know it, you can count backward from that date for every single vegetable on this list and know exactly whether you have enough time. This one habit, checking your frost date before you plant anything, is what separates gardeners who struggle with timing from gardeners who always seem to get it right. It takes 30 seconds to look up, and it removes almost all of the guesswork from fall gardening. If you take away just one thing from this video, let it be this. So here's the real takeaway. July isn't the end of your growing season. It's a second chance. A chance to fill in your garden beds, try something new, and harvest fresh vegetables well into fall, all without the stress of feeling like you missed your window. That's what stress-free gardening is all about. Less worrying, less second-guessing, and more time actually enjoying what you grow. You don't need to plant all 15 of these. You just need to pick the ones that fit your space, your climate, and your schedule, and get started. If this video helped you see your garden a little differently, do me a favor and hit subscribe. We post simple, practical gardening tips every week, made for people who want real results without the overwhelm, whether you're just starting out or you've been gardening for years. Grow more, with less effort, and a lot less stress. Before you go, I'd love to know two things. Which of these 15 vegetables are you planting this week? And do you already know your first frost date? Or do you need to look it up? Drop your answers in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love seeing what everyone's planting this season. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.